The film which you are about to see documents the exploits and delusional ramblings of one of America's most dangerous psychopaths still at large. No one in their right mind would wish to comprehend the mad and backward-ass bullshit shown in the next half hour. Be prepared and guard your sanity.
Hey guys, it's Pierce, and I want to talk about something that's really bothered me for the past few weeks. So, unless you've lived at sea or on the moon or in one of these places, you probably know about fast food brand KFC and its former owner and mascot, Colonel Sanders. The story goes something like this. During the Great Depression, millions of Americans were jobless and starving, and the South naturally had the worst of it. That's when retired Army Colonel turned restaurateur Colonel Sanders had a brilliant idea to sell chicken to all those hungry Kentuckians. It was a big hit, and eventually Sanders' Roadside Chicken Shack franchised itself across the country as Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yes, KFC is a beloved icon of fried food, Kentucky, and capitalistic corporate hegemony, and Colonel Sanders was certainly a great mascot in the chain's early days. So after all these years, I guess it was inevitable that KFC would take another crack at mascotting. Unfortunately, the results have been less than perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the new Colonel Sanders. Now, I could give an introduction for this new Colonel Sanders, but I'll let him do the talking.
Howdy folks, it's me, Colonel Sanders. I've been gone for a while, and boy, howdy, have things changed. I'm back, America!
Wow. I mean, I've seen some weird mascots, some really weird commercials. I've had to sit through McDonald's, Wendy's, Geico, Progressive, Sonic. But now, KFC has outdone all of them. This new Colonel Sanders is the worst marketing mistake of the year. You heard me. New Colonel Sanders is awful. He's annoying, he's unfunny, and... Oh, God, get it away from me. Oh, what is the matter with you? Now, I'm a vegetarian and I never eat at KFC, so I might be in the minority, but I just don't see how this guy works. I mean, sure, he kind of looks like the old Colonel Sanders, but that doesn't count for much when your commercials suck so bad. Most of the time, he's not really doing anything except saying that you should go to KFC without really giving a reason. I mean, he's pretty much just saying, hey, you ain't here when the old Colonel worked here. Maybe you'll eat now, you fucking sickos. Now, you're probably sitting at home thinking, but Pierce, I've seen new Colonel Sanders commercials. He does some things. He knows how to spice things up. Well, yeah, there's some where he doesn't just talk out of his ass, but that doesn't make them better. In fact, they're much worse. The prime example is probably one where he sings a little tune that makes me want to barf my intestines out. He sings about, getting chicken in a bucket. Haha, never heard that one before. Then he sings about chicken and beans. Ew. And then, new Colonel Sanders says something so vile, so disgusting, that some of you with weak constitutions may need to turn off this video. And maybe even turn off your whole computer, because this is gonna, really screw things up. You might need to purge it. He says,
And if I could, I'd put chicken in the lemonade.
Guys, I'm sorry. I know I've tried to be civil with this, but what the fuck is wrong with this asshole? I mean, chicken and lemonade do not go together. I think I've heard of some people sprinkling their chicken with lemon juice, but this is lemonade, America's sweetheart beverage. It's not like KFC is some gourmet shit where you can sprinkle lemon juice on the chicken. You don't need that. I mean, they get in trouble with people because people are grossed out by the word fried in Kentucky Fried Chicken. But I will never understand how KFC's marketing department could think this was a good idea. I mean, chicken and lemonade. Chicken and lemonade. Chicken and lemonade? Chicken and lemonade! I mean, my God! I'm surprised that KFC's chicken and lemonade combo would kill you if you tried it. Oh, but I came prepared. I knew that new Colonel Sanders would throw down the gauntlet like this. There is someone in this house with the balls to take him up on his challenge.
Hey, what's up, Michael? Pierce? What the fuck? How did you get in here?
In case you guys at home are wondering, Michael is one of my best friends, and he is a fellow anti-chaos.
Wait. How did you get in here?
You gave me a spare key.
I don't use
Third
keys.
Third grade, remember?
Third grade, that was a toy key.
Oh,
To
fuck
our
it.
fake house.
Fuck it. Michael is also the author of the book, How the New Colonel Sanders Broke Television. Michael, what do you think of the new Colonel Sanders?
I'm gonna write a book called How Did Pierce Brenner Break Into My House once I figure out how the hell you did it.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't matter right now, because I've got a surprise for you. Are you ready?
No.
Good, because we're getting you chicken and lemonade! Hey guys, it's me again. Yeah, Michael, he's throwing up in there. The chicken and lemonade experiment went really south. And I don't know what to do. I mean, if I had any medical training at all, I would do something. But I don't know what to do, just like I said before. I'm so helpless. Help me! Michael? Michael, are you okay? Michael, are you alright? Do you have any pills in there? I'll go get the funnel. I'm gonna grind the pills up into... Michael? Oh, shit. Michael, are you alright? Michael, no! Michael, please speak to me. No! Please, no! Michael, okay, you gotta work with me. Tell me, who did this to you?
Lemonade.
No! Who could think of such a horrible thing? It's been 2 weeks since Michael's tragic accident. By day 3, he couldn't move his limbs at all. By day 7, he lost the ability to eat and bathe without assistance. And finally, yesterday, I went to his house and he couldn't even speak. So I decided to take him to this cliff so he can watch the sunset. But then I realized it's 3 o'clock. There's no sunsets at 3 o'clock. Fuck! Hey, Michael. Look at us. We're at the top of the world. You know, I wish you could see a sunset, but I was just too stupid. But don't worry, I've got a surprise for you. Just look at the sunset. And just let me get something. Hold on. Don't worry. I've got a surprise for you. You're gonna like it. Good night, sweet prince. And flights of... Hold on, I gotta change hands. I'm not left-handed.
No! Michael, he was too young! No!
wait till the real Colonel Sanders finds out that his employee has been killing people. You guys are probably wondering why I'm not the one driving. The truth is, I got my license revoked a few years ago. Apparently in Nevada, it's illegal to perform a U-turn on the highway. There's one of the employees now. The key to approaching them is to do it with care and sensitivity. Hey, you know where Colonel Sanders is?
Dude, he hasn't been here in like 25 years.
Wait a minute. Wait. Just wait a minute. You're telling me that I came all this way for some goddamn answers, and the Colonel isn't even working today?
Ah, man, he dead.
What?
I said he dead.
Is Mr. Sanders in?
I told you he's dead.
The Colonel! Unfortunately, he was totally right. The real Colonel Sanders died in 1980. Pneumonia gets him every time. I was so disappointed, but as I was about to close it, I noticed something. On the surface, this meant nothing. Things like this happen all the time in the business world. But then I did some more research. Apparently, Colonel Sanders kept his fast food mascot persona going even after selling his precious company. But according to the people who knew Sanders well enough, there was a darker side.
Oh yeah, Harlan was always in character, always singing the jingles. It was kind of sad. Towards the end, he got really paranoid. He was always worried that they were out to get him.
Is it possible that the new management of KFC killed its former owner because he was too hot to handle? It's a shocking accusation, but expert testimony lends credence to this theory.
One day, I heard my coworker being told by our manager to go kill a chicken, but I knew it wasn't a chicken, it was Colonel Sanders. I think he was using a code name.
What Tammy told me gave me reason for skepticism. After all, Colonel Sanders had died of pneumonia. The evidence was all over the place. But then I found this damning piece of evidence. The last photograph of Colonel Sanders alive. But is it really him? A closer look suggests not. When looking at a side-by-side comparison of these two pictures, you notice the one of the soon-to-be-deceased Sanders has a head that is shaped the wrong way. And when I zoom in, you can see the wig marks. In addition, there are reports that 2 months before his death, Colonel Sanders took a trip to Lexington, Kentucky to visit some friends. However, there were 2 days after he left Lexington where his whereabouts were unknown. The alleged pre-mortem photo of Colonel Sanders is obviously that of an imposter. But that doesn't mean that anything bad happened. Well, I was contacted by someone who has information on... And there he is! Excuse me guys, I gotta check this out. Let's cut to commercial. Commercials. I hate him. Well, I got a picture of some incriminating evidence. This guy said that he saw a mysterious man leaving the scene of Colonel Sanders' death. And let's see what it is. Well, it looks like we have our culprit. What the fuck? What? Chris, you've got to help me. It's a disaster. We've got a code black.
Replacement mascot kills the original?
Exactly. Folks, this is getting too hot for me to handle. We've got to take to the streets and spread awareness.
Nigga, please.
Excuse me, sir. What do you think of the new Colonel Sanders?
This guy again.
So, sir, have you watched TV lately?
Pretty occasionally, yeah.
Okay, so I bet you've seen some KFC commercials. They got a new Colonel Sanders. He's pretty creepy.
Yeah, I tend to change the channel whenever it comes on.
Yeah, good for you, because I think he's a freak of nature.
Uh-huh.
what do you think of the new Colonel Sanders?
I think he's kind of weird.
Yeah, and what do you think of the new Colonel Sanders?
Oh, he doesn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Did you know this new Colonel Sanders is a murderer?
He's a murderer?
Yeah, he killed the original Colonel Sanders.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Weren't you the guy I saw last time at KFC?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You are supporting the murder of chickens everywhere. You support a mascot who murdered the real Colonel Sanders. And ma'am, what do you think of these new Colonel Sanders commercials? Did you know that he killed someone?
He killed someone.
Yes, he killed the real Colonel Sanders, Harlan Sanders.
He killed the real.
You want some proof?
Okay.
Okay, let's take this.
Okay.
You know that microphone's not plugged into anything.
Oh yeah, funny story. This is actually because I have superpowers. I was sent to like a phantom zone when I was younger, and my power is I emit electricity, so this microphone is plugged into my ass. Hey, you get back here! What are you doing on this playground? Are you here to molest children?
Fuck you, you jagoff.
Oh yeah, get fucked, you asshole. Unfortunately, there were some naysayers that lectured me about the importance of proof and evidence. Let's take a look.
All this talk of the new Colonel Sanders being a murderer, it's mad. There's nothing in his character that would suggest that he's a murderer of anyone. And I've spoken to him at length multiple times, and he seems to be a nice man, perfectly capable of living a normal life without resorting to violence.
Not in his nature. Just the excuse that a fucking KFC patsy would use. But I am not trying to point fingers. Maybe Professor Masters is right. Maybe the new Colonel Sanders didn't kill anyone. Well, that ship has sailed because I just received new footage from a security camera showing the new Colonel Sanders murdering in cold blood. And the victim? Beloved cultural icon, Foghorn Leghorn. So we see Leghorn enter KFC looking for some herbs and spices. Why he would enter an establishment dedicated to killing his own kind is a mystery. Maybe he's a cannibal or something. But then, that sick fucker new Colonel Sanders butchers the poor creature. Look at him, not a hint of emotion in his face. He saw an opportunity to quench his bloodlust and took it. And the worst part is Leghorn's still conscious. Look at him, he's still talking! Now do you believe me? I mean, you've seen Colonel Sanders, the new Colonel Sanders, that imposter, kill with your own eyes. But I know what some of you were thinking, oh, Pierce, that could have just been the real Colonel Sanders. That could have been from a long time ago. No fucking chance. Do you know when this footage was taken? Yeah, it was taken on February 17th, 2008. 28 years after the real Colonel Sanders was dead and buried. Here is new Colonel Sanders, the monster at the center of this network of evil and deceit. For years, new Sanders has been waiting to enact his plan. And in 2010, he did a test run of Phase 1. He fed the citizens of Corbin, Kentucky, chicken in lemonade. From June 2010 to April 2011, 39 Corbin citizens were hospitalized. The only diet irregularity in any of them was the chicken-infected lemonade, or lemonade-infected chicken, whatever you prefer. I suspect that Michael's death was the result of another test, and I fear the worst has yet to come. His death has surely reached the new Colonel Sanders by now, and whether it was an accident or all part of his nefarious plan... Sorry guys, I gotta take this. Hello?
So you're the one who's been a thorn in my side this whole time.
New Colonel Sanders. How nice of you to call.
Let's dispense with the pleasantries, boy. I know what you've been up to. Pierce, is it?
Look, you son of a bitch. I know what you've been doing. That chicken and lemonade shit wasn't just some throwaway line. It was your new business plan.
Yes. And do you want me to tell you how I came across this brilliant recipe?
No, not really.
Well, your opinion doesn't count for shit now. It all started when I was a little boy. My family and I were on our way home from a road trip to New York. It had been hours since I'd eaten, and I begged my parents to stop at the nearest restaurant. As it turned out, we stopped in Corbin, home of KFC. I ordered a 3-piece meal, a warm biscuit, and a cup of dull classic lemonade. But as I was getting in the car, I dropped some chicken in the lemonade. My father told me to throw it away. He said I could die from it if I wasn't careful. But I ate it anyway. It was the greatest thing I'd ever tasted. And I knew I had to make it the official KFC recipe.
Look, can we hurry this up? I'm working on a video to kill your
Not
career.
done talking, you fucking prick. As the reach of KFC expanded, so did my obsession with chicken and lemonade. I brought my discovery to the Colonel when I was 18, after stalking him for 6 years straight. But he wouldn't even consider bringing it to corporate headquarters. He said it was disgusting, that if I made people eat it, they'd vomit out their intestines. But I was persistent. I tried again and again for years, but he wouldn't budge. So I killed him, drove that machete into his skull, and chopped his head off. Without the Colonel around, perhaps I could share my recipe with the world. But I had to wait years and years before anything like that. The 1980s weren't a very accepted time. And of course, the failed test run in Corbin did me no favors. But after that, I finally got it. If I wanted to mix chicken with lemonade.
You had to become Colonel Sanders.
Exactly. When I found out KFC was reviving its old mascot, I jumped at the opportunity. And they said I was perfect. The spitting image of the company's founder. And soon, I will put my plan into action. I will convince KFC's emperor to mix their 2 most famous items together, and the sheeple will learn to love it. They will guzzle it down until they are dying for more.
You son of a bitch, your creation killed Michael!
Don't you see? Your friend's death was a necessary sacrifice. I can make my recipe better. If he knew my plan, I bet he would have volunteered to be a sacrifice. Besides, as I recall, you were the one who told him to eat chicken and lemonade. And I also recall that you shot him in the back of the head.
Fuck you! Fuck your chicken! And fuck KFC!
Where are you going? Get back here, you little bitch. Listen to me talk some more.
here? You've been here for like 10 days. People are worried about you.
Chris, have you ever seen something so horrible that it makes you question whether life is worth living?
Well, not really.
Of course you haven't. Because you have a normal life. You're a normal person. You haven't stared into the eyes of Satan like I have.
What the hell are you talking about?
You weren't there when I gave Michael the chicken and lemonade and threw his life away. I know that I was really to blame. New Colonel Sanders told me as much. But he's as much to blame as I am.
Okay.
And you know what? I know what I must do. There's no going back. I have to end this before it gets out of hand.
What are you talking about?
I have to end it. I have to end him.
The fuck are you talking about?
You don't know. This is what it's come to. This is how it has to be. I have to kill the new Colonel Sanders.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
So it's come to this. A battle between me and him. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. I'm going in. I wonder, will this be the last time I see the sun? Wow! You guys should have seen that. I was awesome in that fight. I made the most daring escape by walking out the front door before the cops arrived, but it was still cool. And I'm just glad that this is all over. There's no more new Wait, what? It's what? They already got another one? Do we have a picture? Well, put it up! Okay. He's alright. Better than the old one. I'll have to give him 5.5 out of 10. But we're gonna have to keep tabs on him for the time being. Don't want anything going crazy like that last new Colonel Sanders. Okay, it was great seeing you guys. And just remember, stay on top of KFC and other fast food places because you never know what's gonna happen with them. Bye-bye.
Chicken. Come on, man.
Okay.
Take take the, okay.
Okay, we can. Let's just. What Tammy told me gave me reason for skepticism. Oh, can you hear her?
Yes.
Mocha. Stop.
Look at her go.
Oh my god, stop it.
That was the nastiest shit I have ever seen.